Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, boy. Whaling. Ahead of us all, boys.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
The Kia Victoria experience is a different and better way to purchase a vehicle. We believe that the more positive your car buying experience, the more you're going to love your Kia. When we say the right thing to do, we're talking about putting the customer's needs first. It's about being honest and transparent, both in sales and in the service department, and it's also about treating everyone equally. If you haven't considered Kia Victoria, I would say come see it for yourself. You're going to be impressed with the people that you meet and impressed with the product.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats. Like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on aztecsafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Hello, a very pleasant, good day.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys, I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait, do you smell that?
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
A very pleasant good day and welcome to the Archie Browning Sports Center in Esquimalt, BC. It's the U20 Championships here live on Curling Stadium. We have Team Owen Jaeger throwing the Red Stones versus Team Hrynew throwing the Blue Rocks. I'm Dave Schmell. I'm joined by Sean Joyce. Connor Sims is our producer. And Sean, we waited all week to see this, and here we are.
Yeah, we expect an outstanding final. Of course, anytime you get to a final, you know that both teams are playing well. These two teams finished their respective round robins undefeated. They've already met once. This is the rematch. Met in the first game of the Page playoffs, and that's by virtue of that win in that game. That's how Jaeger has last rock here. That play starting out in the range in the first end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't be shocked to see the delayed corner here.
We'll see if the delayed corner comes up. No.
Yeah, no, he's going to play the hit, and it looks like he wants to roll into the ring, so he doesn't want any piece of a corner guard here. That rock's high enough up, you could hit that right on the nose. You'd still be outside of the ring, so they couldn't hit it. A little bit on the outside.
The hit. Is it going to stay out for a guard? It's not technically a guard. Just going to play the open side here. I want to thank everybody who has joined us all week long for these provincial championships. Been great to see a lot of familiar faces and some new ones.
Like both teams pretty content to play an open end here. They do have may as well talk about the clocks. 32 minutes to play 8 ends. No timeouts. We're discussing this beforehand. No timeouts in the juniors. That rule's been in place for a couple of years now, I think, actually. It's just 2 coaches' interactions, one in each of the first 4 ends. But the clock keeps running during that. 8 ends is new, though. So now it's just the men and the women that play 10.
Come on, the kids should have the energy for 10, right?
Well, yeah, the kids should. I don't know whether the parents do. There's a lot of pacing to be done. Of course, this event has been going on at the same time as the BC men's and women's playdowns. The men's and women's were in the arena here all week long. And the juniors have been in the curling club, which is in the same building. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at on the Curl BC site, there is a link to a video walk through the building. Outstanding facility.
Yeah, the Archie Browning.
So they've been in the same building all week, yeah. And then, as I understand it, Dave, you're saying they got to move in here, so they're playing in the arena since they got to the playoffs yesterday, which That's an outstanding experience for kids this age that probably don't get a lot of chance to do it. But as they continue throughout their curling career, this experience is valuable, not just for today and if they should happen to win this championship, but you hope that a lot of these players are going to continue to play on.
Yep, we are looking at the future of British Columbia curling right here in front of us.
Can't even say for sure that they're limited to British Columbia curling. At this age, you just don't know where they're going to end up. A lot of them haven't finished
And who knows what the eligibility rules will be in 10 years.
Well, yes, there's that too.
This one looks a skosh heavy. It's just going to hang on the rings, I think.
Probably have to hit it regardless. When you've played this hole in to be wide open, I don't think you want to leave anything that something could jam on later on.
Working hard to hold this, but they got plenty of it. And that one does appear to clear the rings.
Yeah, it kind of returned the favor. They left a jammable rock back there. And it's interesting that Jaeger, he's played the whole end away from that. Granted, it's a very wide corner guard. But now he's coming in front of this blue stone. And I guess his thought being, we're not going to be the team that jams it. If they jam it, we'll take the easy deuce.
Yeah, I like taking the hair of an aggressive call here.
Yeah.
Shows some chutzpah.
So has to be a little careful now just to avoid the one at the back.
Yep, so skipper Hrynew. We'll take this one on.
Yeah, and I don't know if this would be his preferred turn. It's the more natural with that stone at the back that you're trying to avoid. They played a number of these other hits from the inside out, which, my generation, you never did that. You were used to playing, because when you were peeling guards, you were peeling from the outside in, so it was the shorter roll to the boards. I have played with a lot of the players that grew up and have only ever played, they got to go to get a piece here.
They just get a piece of it, and they do clear it out. Now, as you were saying and mentioning the fact that you're really old.
Something like that. And the players that have never played before the free guard zone, because in the free guard zone, they're typically, you throw your first one in, then they throw the corner guard, now you're peeling, and you can't peel towards the middle because you're jamming on your own stone. So they've gotten much more accustomed to throwing their hits from the inside out. Yes, you have to roll all the way across to get out of play when you're trying to peel off guards, but you can't risk jamming. So, the comfort level, so let's just take that I'm in senior eligibility is 50. The senior curlers are still probably more comfortable playing all their hits from the outside in, because when we started playing, that's where they played them. But a lot of these younger players who have only ever known, in this case, these kids would only have ever known the 5-rock free guard zone. They have gotten much more used to playing their hits from the inside out because there's rocks in the middle you can't jam on. And so they're going to be more comfortable playing them that way.
I'll be joining those senior ranks in just a few years, buddy. So I'm sure I'll be expected to be one of the kids brushing.
And again, because if he throws from the inside out here coming into it, there's the chance that you can always tight ice it, but there's the chance of jamming it on that back one. So he's going to play the more natural way to do it, which is outside in. He almost missed it over the top on the last one, which is maybe, again, an indication this is just not there's not the same comfort level for him playing this outside in as there might be inside out.
So Hrynew's final. Gonna hit and stick right there. And we have a blank opportunity coming up for Jaeger. But you can make sure that your wallet is not a blank if you get on the 50-50. Go to curlbc.ca/50-50 raffle. Jackpot is over $1,600. Get your tickets right now and help support curling in British Columbia. So Owen Jaeger, final stone of the opening end, looking for the blank. Got it, no problem. It's in the books. Jaeger will have the hammer in the second when we come back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
The Kia Victoria experience is a different and better way to purchase a vehicle. We believe that the more positive your car buying experience, the more you're going to love your Kia. When we say the right thing to do, we're talking about putting the customer's needs first. It's about being honest and transparent, both in sales and in the service department, and it's also about treating everyone equally. If you haven't considered Kia Victoria, I would say come see it for yourself. You're going to be impressed with the people that you meet and impressed with the product.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
And welcome back. It's the finals of the BC U20 Men's Championship between Jaeger and Hrynew. It was a blank in the first. Jaeger retains a hammer here in the second end. I want to thank everybody who has made this event possible, especially our presenting sponsor, Best Western, Bel Air Direct, Driftwood Brewery, Digital Direct, and AMJ Moving. Our platinum sponsors, Kia Victoria and Peninsula Co-op, and our government and community partners, the Greater Victoria Sport Tourism Commission, the BC government, Via Sport, and the Township of Esquimalt. We thank you all for making high-performance curling in BC possible.
We see here again in the second end, both teams content to play an open end. You'll see this a little bit more in junior than you will in men's and women's play, and part of it, I think, comes from the fact that you just want to keep the game close for the first four ends, because you get that mid-game break, and it's a chance to make some adjustments.
And we saw in the U20 women's final earlier that both teams played it very, very, very close to the vest, even though both the finalists had averaged 11 to 12 points per game.
Well, and there could be two things at play there as well, and we're seeing it here as well. The rest of the event was played in the curling club. So as they move into the arena, and yes, it's an outstanding chance to play in the arena, but you're into the playoffs, you're already under some pressure, and you have to read a new sheet of ice.
And down goes Fraser.
That was a veteran move, though. He goes down and he gets up and looks down like there was something on the ice that tripped him. Veteran move.
Well done, well done.
I didn't have a chance to watch the Page playoffs. I know they got to play over here in the arena. I hope for the sake of both these teams that the Page game was on this particular sheet, because that way Jaeger will have seen this sheet already. Hrynew would have played the semifinal again after that, so he's seen two sheets out here in the arena. They'll have a better idea. The speed, you'd hope the speed's going to be close, the curl's going to be close, but they're still going to be slightly different than what it would have been in the curling club. And of course, then the other thing is with young players like this, I don't know how.
So here comes the takeout attempt on the outside. They make it. It's a wide open house.
I think it's probably still a wide open house. Apologies, we're having some technical issues. We'll get that sorted as quickly as possible.
Hey, welcome back there, Shawnee. Did you hear me the whole time?
Depends on how much you saw. I heard you say that the house was open. I still even the YouTube feed was having some issues, so we're having some technical issues. It's not strictly in our production. We're working behind the scenes to get it sorted as quickly as possible.
And now we see here for Team Jaeger, Spencer Rempel. He delivers his first here in the second. Now we've lost some cameras on the other side of the ice. We're working on that forthwith. So I assure you that Spencer delivered a beautiful stone that was made from fantastic granite. The outside was likely Treffer, and the running surface was likely blue hone. And Wesley Wu also delivered a stone. Here we go. Connor the rescue is just going to pull out and use this camera the whole way. This will work. Trying to hit this one on the outside. I believe the shot was made. So there you go. Just the one red stone in the house. We're staying on the open end. We're on an express train to Blanksville. So you guys didn't miss anything. So you can feel free to pick up your newspapers, get updated on whatever else is the story of the day. Because not much happening right now in this end.
I don't think there's too many people who would be watching a stream curling game who still get a newspaper.
I'm one of those people. And that takeout is made. So wide open house here.
Good chance for him to practice the draw weight, though, especially when you're playing a few open ends like this. Yes, they do get a practice session before the game. Hammer was predetermined, so they didn't have to do the draw to the button. But for Owen Jaeger, who has last rock to start the game, that got started. He's got last rock here to start the game. If they're going to play a few open ends, he might go a long time without throwing a draw. So it's a good opportunity to get your draw weight. Now, that was not a great release. So he can't really read the line on this one.
Well, it is in the house, and it's going to have to be addressed by Hrynew. And taking a look around the world of sports, right now the Buccaneers have a 2-point lead over the Panthers, 16-14. The Seahawks, 13-3 over the Niners. Texans, 130-30. And the Browns, 28-18. So you see there in the house, the stone that Hrynew's coming after. It's on the way.
And the best we can with just cameras at one end, made the hit, but looks to have rolled out.
So we have a blank end and a throw-through upcoming. We will try to feed all our cameras a cup of coffee during the break. The Giants beat the Cowboys 34-17. The Vikings over the Packers 16-3. Jaguars 41-7 over the Titans. Tied up between the Chiefs and Raiders.
No score here through two ends of play.
And the blank end is in the books. We'll be back maybe in just a moment.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Right. And welcome back to Esquimalt. It's scoreless through 2. It's the third end here. Jaeger
There's
still
a guard.
has the hammer.
Even without a telestrator, I could show you there's a guard.
There is a guard. And where is that telestrator?
It's not been a good week for me with telestrators. They didn't have one for me there, and I'm set up to do Saskatchewan here tomorrow, and the telestrator we've used for a few years, we're having trouble with it, of course. It's the company, the short version of it, the company that makes the software merged with another company, so our version is outdated and not being supported anymore, and I don't think we're going to be able to get it to run.
I'm pretty sure it's Connor's fault.
Try that here, but I don't know if they know for sure who Connor is. It's not the same crew that I work with there. I can try it. Center guard thrown up. The corner guard, or the come around, probably a little long. They probably would have liked to have that in the forefoot, but it was already coming out the other side, so they had to let it stop. There's room to come around it, though. To come around it and still be in front of the tee line.
We're trying to get our other cameras awake right now, but hey, there we go. That's all we need. Although, that's the wrong sheet, isn't it?
That's, yeah. Well, this is the only sheet playing, but it's
no,
not
it's
where
not.
we are now.
No, the men's finals on the other sheet.
Yeah.
We had the overhead there from Montgomery versus Tanaka.
Yeah. The come around made on ours looks to be mostly in front of the tee line. And like I said, you can get buried on a rock in the 8 foot in this arena. We know that from watching all week long.
And just to give you an update on that game, just an update on the men's finals, it's still scoreless. They're playing the third end there. That's our other feature game. You can catch Melissa Sligo on the call there.
So this time looking to corner freeze the red stone at the top of the 8 foot would be a staggered guard in front of the shot stone on the button. This is also the 5th stone at the end, so Jaeger can make a move on the stone out front after this if he chooses.
Gonna make the peel now.
Yeah, he's still got stuff to work with in the house. Like, you get rid of the guard, you've got a double available in the blues. Even without that, he could see all of that redstone in the 4 foot to angle it onto shot stone if he had to. Well, you want to roll off with this, though. Well, that's fine there. Corner guard's okay. Yeah, this is, you have to make a decision here, and because there's 2 shots available, you can't guard both of them. You guard right now, they're likely going to peel for the next little while, but at some point in time, you throw one too many guards, he plays the red onto the blue, and he's probably going to get a shot for 2. So they're going to play the blue onto the red right now. Try to sit 3. Hope not to leave a triple, because there is still that red stone at the back of the 12-foot.
It'll be tough to not leave a triple, really, but let's see how it turns out. This one is over curling by a lot.
Well, they kill the back red, which actually is...
That helps, yeah.
It helps. Because this is a tough double to make and hold the shooter, and if you do, you're probably leaving a double back.
Throw it right and hard enough, you could probably actually triple them off. But
you could. You're going to lose your shooter if you do that.
So on the way down, they get just the one and nut it.
That's not a horrible result, though. Hard for Hrynew to make a play on the red stone in the 12-foot. If you hit the one in the 4-foot, hard not to leave a double.
Exactly.
Like this weight choice, gives them a chance to hit the first one, or hit the stone a little bit thinner and roll deeper. If you can get this rock to roll so that it's deeper in the house than the one in the 4-foot, well, they're not going to roll away at all.
Yeah, just roll out the skosh. Now you have to just you throw the crotch double, then you're a double back, right?
Well, and it's hard to get to the crotch. The redstone is kind of in the way. I mean, you can probably get there if you just get by your own, but if you hit the first blue stone too thick, I don't think you're kicking the second one out. Certainly not with that weight.
So Spencer Rempel trying to carve this one over really hard.
That's an interesting leave. It looks like there's a double, but you've got to hit the second one fairly thick to make sure it goes over the top of the blue.
Wesley Wu with the shot. Very down weight. This one's over curling. In danger of running on to the other one. Oh, when it does, that's tragic.
Yeah, well, and all kinds of bad news for them there, because it actually rubbed the first red, so he actually split the house for the Reds.
So it's red line first and second right now.
That blue stone in the top 12 is the most dangerous stone. Like, it would make some sense to hit it. Doesn't matter whether you roll in to be third. You might double the one out of the back, then you're sitting 3 anyway. You leave it there, they're going to play the hit on the red and try to roll under it, and then you've got to make a double.
So on the way from Rempel. Trying to carve it over. Needs to get over, not to jam on your own. Oh, just clears it. You lost the shooter, though. You just let him off the hook, Sean.
Well, you're still okay for 2. Owen looking to hit and just roll towards that of the red. There's no double there, too flat. You could make a case for hitting the other one and try to roll towards the 4-foot, even if you're not shot rock. It's a little easier to group the stones if you hit the wider one first. You hit this and roll to the edge of the 4, and then Harrison hits and rolls back. You're still, or pardon me, Owen hits and rolls back. This is Harrison. You're still looking at no double opportunity for your last one.
Looking to hold it, you hit it. You roll all the way underneath. And might have spun back. Probably doesn't matter.
Oh, is that rock sitting there? Yeah, I think somebody caught it and then forgot to put it away. One where probably anywhere dead across from the other one's good. I mean, the other one, you could see all of it, so you don't want to be too deep in the house. You could leave a double off that wide one.
So first and 2 for Jaeger.
Got a chance for practice for all weight in the last one. The back of the house is the one in the last end. They haven't laid a brush to this one yet either.
This one should settle down in time, I believe. It just does.
Yeah, and it's risky to play the double because that blue one that rolled too far last time is right in the range of you could jam it if you try the double.
They're taking a look at it.
Just going to hit the back one. 2 is better than 3. If the jamstone wasn't there, he'd probably give it a go. But the risk is you jam it and roll out and don't get the double. Now it turns into 3.
Right. So Hrynew, his last.
Might be 3 anyway.
Oh dear, my goodness. A total flash.
You know, he had a hit in the same spot, basically in the first end, that he just about went over the top on it. Made the second one on the nose, but that spot obviously curling a little bit more than he's giving it credit for.
So a late Christmas present for Owen Jaeger. Draw the paint.
Yeah, still, he was very deep on its own in his first one. There's always the temptation to throw a little bit less weight here, and you still got to hit paint.
And they are on it. As long as you hit the paint, you're okay. And it's good enough. So there are 1, 2, and 3 for Jaeger. Takes a big lead. Hrynew has a hammer when we come back.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
And welcome back. It was a big score of 3 for Jaeger in end number 3. Hrynew has the hammer, throwing the Bluestones here in the 4th. Dave Schmel along with Sean Joyce. So happy to have you here for this finals of the BC U20 Championship.
Didn't see the call. We've got a tight center guard to start this end. I would have expected them to come right in. So don't know if it just came up short or if they did play the tight center.
Oh, not good opportunity to play down to this.
Yeah, that's a little deep and didn't bury. And he's going to hit it. I mean, this is not wrong either. You got a 3-point lead. If he's hitting this, I definitely think the first one was meant to be in the rings. And just came up a little short.
Are you surprised that they're not playing a little lighter and trying to get the roll?
Well, yes.
Well, this is all over their own. Now maybe hit cars over, they get plan B out of it.
They were,
no, not so much.
Sweeping the curl for plan B. And instead, they probably got helped out the opposition a little bit by rolling directly in front of it now.
Yeah, that went right to plan F.
Well, I'm not sure plan B was thought through carefully enough in the first place. Like, if you're trying to hit that, your play should be, okay, well, either we're going to hit it or we're going to rub the guard that we didn't want there in the first place and peel the guard. So why are you trying to make that curl? Like, just keep going straight, peel the guard out, roll out of play. If that's not the reason you were playing the hit, then I guess I could question why you were hitting at all.
This stone has to get carried, and they take advantage of that miss there in line 1-2.
Yeah,
so now the run has to be thrown,
to make some noise. Jam something, just pick one of them out, that's great, but if there's a possibility you get both, you have to make some noise on the second stone.
This has to curl, now it's going to be a straight peel.
And as much as, Sean does not like throwing center guards with last rock, but what else do you do here? I mean, you're set up pretty well in the middle. You can't just leave them that double. So I think at least for a couple, you're throwing guards. But now you've got the chance to put that guard up a little bit higher, which makes the run back even tougher. That's why it was critical there for Jaeger's team to make contact with something. You're not likely to get that good of an opportunity again.
And you know what, buddy? In 2.5 years, that's the first time I heard you referred to yourself as Sean.
Well, that's the crew that I work with all the time. They've heard it all the time that Sean doesn't like center guards, and they didn't make the center guard. So I'm not a big fan of throwing a center guard with last rock. A lot of times will come back to bite you, but
No, I was fine with it for that shot for sure.
Yeah, for a couple. At some point in time, you just give them the chance for the double and make sure you get your two. But
So here we get the peel.
It was the double.
Yeah, right there you get the
Now
roll.
you can come around though. Well, you make the come around at 3 is in play because you come around, they're going to hit the open stone. Even if they don't roll out, then you've got a chance to hit and roll back behind cover. They could try to roll behind cover. They're probably behind the tee line if they do. Like 3's in play right now. You need to make this come around. Doesn't need to be deep. Full 8 foot's plenty. Needs paint though.
This has to go. It does not.
Boy, and that turns from a chance to set up maybe as many as 3 to there could be room to make the hit and roll under cover. That's not very much ice. I was going to say there's room to hit and roll under cover and it could turn into a steal. But this just looks like he's trying to make sure they hit it, roll to the outside. Maybe a little too defensive there.
Yeah, this
gives up an opportunity here. This has to be made.
Sure.
Three still sort of in play because that's center guard. If it came down to it with the last one, you could split that. Weight here, but not really the line.
A little bit too deep, too.
Yeah. Most teams are probably playing the freeze here. This is good if you make it. Shouldn't be too much risk here either. I don't think you could ever hit this where you just pass it by the rock and the rings and still stay on top of it. You might find out though. Yeah, no, you rolled off. That's fine. As long as you couldn't just miss the rock in the rings and still stay guarding it, you know you're going to have a chance to hit the next one. At the worst, you're giving up is 2. You'll still have the lead going into the break and the hammer coming out of it.
Connor has requisitioned a different camera. This one's all over the guard.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to see that coming down, but that from the hog line in, that looked like it may have picked. Like that was a lot of movement. Well, just skip stones to come here, and it's tough to be sure. You know, the execution here is certainly not on the level that these two teams have likely been making all week long, given that they were undefeated through their round-robin play. But if you play the roll behind cover, you're going to be behind the tee line. You'll get the force that way, but Harrison will have to play the freeze on his first one. He won't have any choice. If he makes it, he's still got a chance for 2. You could just try to stay in the open here, make him hit it. Looks like that's what they're trying to do.
They're going to hit, they're going to roll under cover, pretty well buried.
Yeah, but well back at the tee line.
So now you just invited your opponent to draw for the skip's deuce.
Yeah, you kind of forced him, right? He can't blank now, so you force him to play the draw, and now he's got a little bit more leeway. Like, even if he's halfway around, sitting in the top 4 foot, but how do you get it out? Because to try to hit it, you're probably jamming it on your own.
One of those things.
Have to be,
right. Go ahead.
Yeah. You've got protection from the back and the front, so now you don't have to be quite as perfect in your placement on this stone.
So Hrynew. Coming on down for the draw. It's going to be really tight. It's also light. It's light all day.
If he doesn't crash the guard, he might not have been that bad for weight, but it didn't come close to getting by. He wouldn't have been all the way down to it, but he didn't need to be. Like, just bite the top of the 4 foot. He'd have been close for weight. That wasn't exactly a thin rub on the guard. So now if you're Owen, you try to hit and roll just that much to the other side of the center. Take away the same draw path he just threw. A nose hit doesn't get him anything. He's going to have to try a difficult slash double for the blank, or try to draw through a hole, probably with the out turn going away from the button.
Could go wide in turn, though.
Could, maybe. Depends how small the port is. It's going to be a reverse stagger if he just gets across the center line here. It's more than just across.
Well,
he can play the same shot he just threw.
So,
this is a
final stone of the 4th end.
Yeah, now they have to wait for
Pressure
it to get off the red one.
straight up. That's
Need more
never...
ice. Nice, good.
And it looks to be good, so he gets his single point. Trailing by 2. We're back after the break on Curling Stadium.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats. Like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
On a bridge. And welcome back to Esquimalt. It's a 3-1 lead for Team Jaeger over Team Hrynew. And Sean, why don't you give us an update here on the men's final happening on the other sheet?
Yeah, the men's final is just a couple of sheets over for Jason Montgomery, who was the A event winner, I believe, with a 2-0 lead. They're playing in the 5th end there. That's a 10-end game, so their break will happen after the 5th end. Tanaka with the last rock there after blanking the 4th.
And yeah, Jason Montgomery has been on fire all weekend long, so does not surprise me one bit to see him with the advantage here in the early going. But it will be Jaeger with the hammer in end number 5 when we come back.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, boy. Wheel me.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
And welcome back to Esquimalt. It's a 2-0 lead for Team Jaeger here. We're in the 5th end break, about a minute and a half before the action gets back underway. So happy to have you here with us on Curling Stadium. I'd like to thank all the great sponsors of this event who have made it happen, especially our presenting sponsors, Best Western, Bel Air Direct, Driftwood Brewery, Digital Direct, and AMJ Moving. Our platinum sponsors are Kia Victoria and Peninsula Co-op. And of course, we could not be here without our government and community partners, the Greater Victoria Sport Tourism Commission, the Government of BC, Sport, and the Township of Esquimalt. And we are here at the Archie Browning Sports Center. Beautiful facility. Hosting this arena along with the curling club. 11 sheets of ice in action all weekend long. And you see a good number of fans there in the stands rooting on. Looks like I see a good number of Montgomery fans there. Jason Montgomery, a local favorite.
They certainly had Dave, they certainly had the time and the effort to make some signs anyway. It made it a little easier to identify his fans.
Dave Schmel along with Sean Joyce here with you. Connor Sims.
Our feature game, the junior final. It is
So teams are getting ready to play again now that the ice crew is done. It'll be Hrynew with the hammer here. So center guard on the way. And the second half of action is underway here in Esquimalt.
They will have had a chance to talk during the break and figure out how they want to approach the second half of this game. For Hrynew, he's got to understand and realize that you don't have to pull out all the stops yet. You're 2 down with 4 ends left to play. You get the force, you get your deuce. You get a force, you get a deuce, and you got an extra end. So you don't have to go crazy, but you can't afford blanks, and you don't want to give up any deuces. You'd love to steal. That's why we see the center guard to start the end.
And both men trying to carry this one. Line's really, really good. Oh, that's a great brush. Good job, gentlemen. McKenzie is not going to be able to get this one over the hog line. This one, oh, it does just make it. Now, in the hack, Team Jaeger trying to draw another one in. Just going to wick off the guard. They do bring it into the rings, and Team Jaeger lies 1 and 2.
Yeah, the rep doesn't hurt them too bad because Shot Rock's still completely buried, and now they've got second shot in the rings as well. Hrynew would like to steal. He's okay with a force, but Red Rock's piling up around the rings. There's the potential for a big end. You can kind of see it in his eyes here. This is decision time. Are we playing for the steal, or are we going to try to get back to a force situation? Right now, it's not a good spot for them. It's looking like there's a lot of danger.
Yeah, you saw that consternation look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like this early in the end. This is not the way he wanted it to go, and he's again, blank hands aren't his friend, so he can't really just straight bail out here.
So electing to play this little delicate shot onto shot stone. This has to curl if it's ever going to get over. It doesn't. Gives Team Jaeger a great opportunity to lie too and line everything up.
Yeah, I'm not sure he wants to line everything up. You line everything up, and then they're going to try to come around this and corner freeze the shot stone. Then you have a hard time getting it out. Nose hit here's not bad for you. Roll all the way across the other side's good too. You don't need 3 here. You don't have to try to bury a bunch of rocks. So that's good where it is.
We just got a peek there what the teams are playing for. The hardware is out there on the ice. Always kind of special when you see it out there on a Sunday, isn't it, Sean?
Yeah. I like some of the events where they'll parade it out at the break, and it's, of course, we're usually in the commercial break, but if I'm on site, I can see what the players are doing, and it's interesting. Probably not an issue at the junior level, but at the men's and women's level, there are a lot of superstitious people out there, and some will not even look at that trophy as they're parading it out onto the sheet, and those are they'll turn their back, deliberately turn their back.
I know in my club,
you want to look at it.
Yeah, I know in my club, I make it a point to make sure it's well presented and everything is spaced perfectly, like I'm setting up a state dinner for the Queen of England. Of course, now His Majesty the King.
This one's deep enough now that I do think you want to roll behind. If you stay right there, they're going to try the double. Big roll all the way across.
Way in the open, yeah.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Yep. There's no double. It is a tough rollback because it's 3.5 feet to get behind cover. It's a tough one to ignore, though. Well, and they are going to this. No, he's playing the hit from the outside. Okay. I thought he might draw on the last one rather than hit a rock that was just biting the 12. Hard to do it now because if you freeze to the one that's behind cover, you may not even be second shot. So you really have to hit this one now.
Got to hold it. Gonna have to hold it. You got it, but it's gonna shoot on out to the other side.
There is no reason to hit that. Draw down to it or come around. I mean, you can't hurt yourself hitting it, but you hit that rock and in all likelihood, they're going to ignore it and make something on your front one. So they're going to play the draw themselves, try to get in around cover. It'd be nice to be right on the face of your own. You can tap it back a few inches. It's high enough, being in the 8 foot, it's high enough that if Hrynew ever decided to, he could probably still come around that rock and bury in the 4 foot.
So this has the line. Looking at the way it's going to come around and past, how deep does it go? Goes to the back 4.
That is not what they wanted to do, but it does prove what I just said. You could come around that stone in the top of the 8 foot. You're dead buried. In fact, maybe even a little bit past it. You're still in the 4 foot. The bad news is that you just showed Hrynew's team how to get there.
Wouldn't you rather play the intern at this?
It looks more natural, but you just saw this. Like this goes. You know this goes.
Right. True.
Just going to have a hard time getting by the one in the 8 foot. They're going to have to go.
They got to hustle. They
They
got
held
it
it really
by.
good,
It's
strong.
just a little bit heavy. Oh, great judging
all
call.
right.
They had us fooled, Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked like it was tighter line coming in.
So now it's bailout mode.
Not an easy bailout here either. You've got to double peel the guards, and you probably still need 2 shots. Well, you get rid of the backing there, but now you're facing 2 behind cover, and you just left the guards staggered. You didn't even roll off.
Yeah.
You come right in there again, get to the top of the button. If you're short, is not the end of the world here.
And Jaeger with hammer is very quickly going to be looking at, how do I not give up a big steal now?
Yeah.
This escalated kind of quickly, Sean.
Well, it did. I mean, they couldn't have got a worse break on that double peel. Didn't really get any of the guards off the way. Left it staggered, so there's actually a wider guard, and dead jammed all the blues. Killed both reds. If he gets this rock to the top of the button, you're looking at a very good chance to steal multiple points, even if he just blocks the path. 1 is looking pretty good, and there's still the possibility of stealing 2 or even 3. I mean, that blue stone at the back of the 12-foot could end up on the scoreboard. Line looks good. That little rub's not bad because it takes away the path to get down to the back one. This is probably got to be cold draw.
And this is you make it or else, really.
A little wider to get by the one that was just thrown.
So, definition of gut check time for Owen Jaeger. He settles into the hack. And delivers his first here in the 5th. Really has to get this one in. Got to get it past that one in the 8-foot and all the way down the one in the back. It's got plenty of room past the guard. Can they carry it? Can you carry it all the way home, gentlemen? No, you can't.
Would have been nice to get that at least deep enough to be second shot.
Oh boy, so I'm assuming you just knows this, right, buddy?
Yeah, you could nose it. You could straight guard if you're a little bit worried about the hit hanging. We haven't seen any hits hang. That shouldn't be a concern.
You knows it, you're going to lie 5.
Yeah, he's got all of it.
And then the draw's going to come on the intern. The draw's going to come on the intern side then.
Probably, and it'll be to give up one. Like, he's not scoring. He'll be having to draw to the edge of the 4-foot to hold it to a steal of 1. And the way the rocks are going to be lined across the top, it's a situation where it's likely either a steal of 1 or a steal of 4. There's probably nothing in between. This has to be made, but you'd like to nose it, stay right there, and force him to play that wide in-turn draw.
Inflection point of the game here in the 5th. Hrynew. Down weight. Just needs to kill it. That's pretty well made.
Yeah. You probably could have swept that straight at the last little bit. Just
I think
so.
so.
Get that little inside flop. It's still probably, there's more forefoot on the in-turn side. Well, they haven't played out there all in. They've been playing this out turn. So they got a good idea what the speed is over here. The other side of the sheet sat for a while. This is still, I mean, he's got to throw this out wider than where he just was. Had a couple of draws in the third end to get his deuce. Came to the back 12 foot with his first one, but for the three, pardon me, and to get the third point, he made the adjustment, put it right on the tee line. Let's see if he can make the adjustment here. They're going the other way. He's got to have a couple feet more weight.
Owen Jaeger, final stone of the fifth, facing 5. Brushers are standing straight up. This is
Trying
a
to make it
bad
curl, but it's got
sign.
to stop.
It's going, and it is gone. And that is a steal of 5 for Hrynew. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
And welcome back to Esquimalt. You see it there on the scoreboard. It was a steal of 5 for Hrynew, and he now has a 3-stone lead in the 6th end over Owen Jaeger. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Sean Joyce, Connor Sims on our production, and thank you so much for joining us here for the finals of the BC U20 Championship.
Well, and the timing couldn't have been better for them either to pick up that 5. Now, we're having some technical difficulties. I don't know if everybody heard what we were saying. Coming out of the break, of course, Hrynew's team would have had the chance to talk about it during the break. They were down 2 without last rock, but they would have had a chance to talk about during that break how they wanted to approach the last half of the game. Well, that chance is already gone. And now Jaeger's team has to try to adjust. They're now suddenly in a position where they're 3 points down and running out of ends. So they've got to figure it out on their own. They don't have that break to lean on. You know, we talked about it at the start. Teams will try to keep that game, especially in junior play. They'll try to keep it close for the first 4 ends so that then they can have their discussion at the break. And there'll be different things they discuss. What are we doing well? What opportunities do we see from the opposition? Things like that. And they'll make decisions how they're going to approach the second half. They don't have the chance to make that adjustment. They've got to figure it out on the fly.
Yeah, they do, of course, have the interaction available with their coach 1 time per 4 ends, but outside of that, they're on their own right now.
Yeah, and curlish math still works for them. Get your 2, Force 1, get 2, you're into the extra end. Now, you're into the extra end with hammer against you. But if you throw 2 corner guards, this looks like he's going to stack 2 corner guards. If you throw 2 corners, there is a chance to set up 3. I mean, the 5 rock free guard zone definitely gives you opportunities to try to score 3. You have to take some chances. You have to be willing to ignore a few stones in the middle while you set up your extra point. And to that end, I think he's doing the right thing here. He's ignoring the 2 in the middle, trying to set something up. You'll get your opportunity to move those later.
Yeah, I agree, Sean. You have to take a stand here. This is where you have to plant your flag,
right?
really.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether you lose by 2 or 20.
No, and it's not just juniors. We see this all the time. Teams have to make a decision. He's thrown his 2 corner guards. For Hrynew, they threw the first 2 into the rings on the center line. He's going to guard here because he's got 2 in a pretty good position in the center line, quite frankly. And then it's that cat and mouse. So Jaeger's going to have to deal with the center at some point in time while he's dealing with the center. Hrynew's got the chance to deal with those corner guards. He's just hoping that when the play comes into the rings that Jaeger's rocks are going to be grouped, and he's 1 double away from maybe forcing a blank end. But this is going to be deep and not in line either. This helps out Owen a little bit.
So now it looks like he's
just playing a straight hit and roll towards the corner.
Right.
Yeah, not really thinking about the double. You could play the double, and he might make contact with the second one, even making the hit and roll, but the double's not important here. It's get the rock out of the top 12 foot.
It's all about where the shooter rolls.
Yeah. And if you kind of jam the second one and roll it behind the tee line, that's not bad either. If this is going to overcurl, that's still not bad. Like there's no bad result there if you're making contact with the blue. Now you got rid of both blue rocks that were in front of the tee line. He's going to have to play the rock at the 12 foot, which means you still got your 2 corner guards.
Right. This is just see rock, hit rock.
Yeah, he's going to try to roll towards the corners, not really because he wants to bury over there. He doesn't want to play the end over there, but he'd like to choke off the corner guards. So you want to get a quarter stone under, maybe? Tough. It's a very precise roll.
They get most of the roll they wanted, not all of it, but a good amount.
Yeah, it's still not bad. It complicates the shot for Jaeger trying to get underneath. He's probably got to play off the blue one way or the other, either hitting it or tapping. Looks like they're opting for the hit.
And you still have time to get your 50-50 tickets in. Go to curlbc.ca/5050. Jackpot's over $2,000 at this point. They don't get all the way undercover there, Shawnee.
No, but it's not bad where it is. So for Hrynew to make a play on it, he's going to have to roll into the open, and then the draw is going to be available. That's assuming he stays.
He's thinking about ignoring it.
That brings 3 into play for sure. You have to make honestly, you have to make a play on this. Even if you peel off one of the guards, it's not the end of the world.
You see the coach standing up. Okay, he called the shot he wanted.
Yeah, it's a lot of ice. Still, this is one where the plan B is to clip a guard. You have to make some noise here. You can't go by it. This is a lot of ice.
So Wesley Wu, they get past both guards. They clip it, they roll to the center, and to the back 12. Still hangs on the back. Great shot.
You're coming around the corner now, though.
Of course you are.
You couldn't have done much better than that. I mean, he couldn't see all of it around the guards. So
no, that was about the best rock he could have thrown there.
Yeah, you were always rolling a long ways. So you maybe hit it a little thicker, a little quieter. You could roll into the 4-foot, but you're flirting then with the guards.
You can't mess around with it with the 3-stone lead.
Yeah, you had to hit it. So here you have to come around a ton of room by the guards.
This is going to be
Take
wide
this
open. Did it slide through? Oh, I think it may have.
I would say it's biting, but I'm not sure that it's not third
If it's
shot.
biting, it's third shot.
Mind you, there's a double on the 2 blues that are there right now. And by getting it that far back, at least it's mostly buried.
So I like this call just to draw there now.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be as close to the tee line as he just indicated, though. This is still a top 12 shot. You come to the tee line, he's going to corner freeze it.
Oh, he's in the right church. Might be the wrong pew, but it's still the right church.
That nicer line.
And the boys carry it nicely. It finishes absolutely dead buried. Only plays the freeze to it.
Yeah.
As they fix the bumper for our presenting sponsor, Best Western. Thank you so much to them, as well as Bel Air Direct, Driftwood Brewery, Digital Direct, and AMJ Moving, Kia Victoria, Peninsula Co-op, the Greater Victoria Sport Tourism Commission, the Government of BC, Viasport, and the Township of Esquimalt. Thank you so much for supporting curling in British Columbia.
It's got a lot of room again.
And they tried your favorite little sweep stroke.
Managed to get on top of it and didn't really get enough curl either. That would have been one where they might have been better off to just sweep it by, get a little bit buried around the stone in the 12-foot, at least make it trickier. He's got all of it. I think if you could have a nose hit here, yes, you'd be wide open, but we're getting late enough in the end. I don't know what Jaeger could do with it. Freeze would be tough because he'd have to be so far on the inside you could probably get around it. If he hits and rolls under, he's probably third, which is, it's too late for that to do him any good. I think you want to hit this right on the nose.
I'd agree, asking for a bit more ice. One is going to come up just fine. And clip the one in the back for good measure. They lie 4.
The roll to the center line, though, leaves a double to sit buried. In fact, it's very close. If you make the double, you're probably making the triple. So then it doesn't even matter, if your roll stays biting the 8-foot or not. So you could look at it from the overhead. Like the double's pretty simple. Half a rock will probably do it. Quarter rock probably still doesn't. They're so close together. You don't usually get that much leeway. You hit half, you're going to be a little on the top half of the second one, and you might spin up a bit. So then if you don't catch the one at the back, you might not be shot rock, but you'll be buried. That's the most important thing right here.
So Owen Jaeger, little bulk.
Like felt something there.
Resets, goes through the routine again, just like you should. His first of 2 here in the 6th.
Not really critical to get the second one out either. He's just more or less using the second one to stop the roll.
That's a great shot there.
Yeah, rolled just enough. I don't think he can get that one out.
Yeah, only option is to make it better freeze, right?
Probably. I'm not seeing much else. Like, you try to hit it at all, even if you can see all of it, which you can't, it's probably going into the other blue at the back.
Yeah, you're right. It probably does go to that blue.
Yeah. And that's if you can see all of it. And you can't. You can only see about 2/3.
So Hrynew is going to throw the out-turn freeze.
This is, the higher up you get, the harder these freezes are. When you're trying to corner freeze a rock in the front of the house, it's just the nature of a circle. So you have to be closer to the center line to not, like, if he gets right to the face of this, he's not shot rock. The angle changes. The higher that rock is above the tee line, the less in front of it you can be. And if he bounces off at all, it's an easy hit for the deuce. If he overcurls, he won't even have to throw at it. He can just draw.
So the draw on the way. Hrynew needs a good one here to put the force on.
I'm not sure he can.
On the way in, it's going to overcurl. It'll be a free draw for 2.
Yeah, and to finish that, I'm not sure that he ever absolutely could have forced him. I think there's always going to be a shot for 2 if you make that freeze, because it's probably going to be left in a spot where you could nose hit the blue. The red's going to stay because it was sandwiched in between the 2 blues, and the blue goes out over the top. I mean, it's a tough shot, but Scoreboard might say you have to try it when you've got a shot for 2 in the 6th end. As it is, a chance to pick up 2 with just the draw needs full 8-foot.
So Owen Jaeger, final stone of end number 6, needs full 8 for his deuce. Beck and Dollywall on the brush. Working it hard.
Yeah, it looked like a big ad when he came out, and they still jumped it.
And it is tragically short, and that's only going to be a single point for Jaeger. Hrynew will carry a 2-stone lead into 7 with hammer. We'll be back from Esquimalt after this.
Driftwood Brewery, Esquimalt, crafting world-class beer since 2008. This is where beer is made. With care, intention, and respect for the process, every batch reflects the place we're from and the standards we hold ourselves to. And this is where it's enjoyed. Our tasting room, offering a rotating lineup of West Coast favorites and seasonal releases, right here in Esquimalt. Paired with Thai-inspired food from Dumpling Drop, we're open 7 days a week. Driftwood Brewery, great beer, confidently made. Cheers.
Or she wants to go this.
And welcome back to Esquimalt. It was a single point for Jaeger. Hrynew up by 2 with the hammer in 7. Dave Schmel along with Sean Joyce. Connor Sims on the production. We're happy to have you here with us all weekend long on Curling Stadium. And Shawnee, it was a tough miss light there in that draw for 2.
Yeah, 5th and 6th have not been their favorite ends of this game. Certainly, they had control through most of the early part of the game, but Owen himself missed a couple of big draws in 5 and 6. The 1 in 5 is certainly difficult. He had to go very wide, but slid deep and then short with a chance to get the deuce and pull himself right back into the game. Now they've got to pull out the stops a little bit. You're 2 down without, 2 ends left to play. You pretty much have to play for a steal here. So they got 1 center guard in a good position. Looking for the come around now. I'm surprised he's coming to the top of the blue. I would think they'd be trying to come around everything. The blue's high enough to use it as a guard. I don't love the attempt, and I didn't like sweeping it into your own either. That's going to make for a pretty easy double peel later on.
Pretty sure I can make that one. Although you see me play.
Yeah, well, you can make that. You could also flash it.
I can.
Well, now because those 2 guards are overlapped, and this one a little deeper than they would have liked probably, you have to lock the freeze on here because you have to. Man, he's looking at throwing the high guard now. This almost has to guard the high guard. Or pardon me, well, the higher of the 2. Because if you split center here, they could try to get all 3 of them.
Right.
You need to line up with the one that they need to hit to make the double, and then they have to just try to play 2 of them off. Okay, I'm not sure what he pointed up for. They're playing into the rings. And this is what I would have said. They have to lock that freeze on because you know the double peel's coming. And it's tough to... You make contact with the guard, it's tough to see either one of them staying. Now, you're hoping here for a nose hit, and then at least you've got the blue guard to work with. If you're... and for Harrison, it's just make these go away. And even if we don't roll out, roll to the corner.
So here's the peel, and there it goes.
But it should always spin and off like that, and it does. So now you're likely guarding for a while. Peel, guard, peel, but you're the freeze made on the last one, even with the little tap back, is in a really good position. So that's your stone. You're going to move that up eventually and try to steal with it. You don't want to do it too early because it gives them too many chances to try to play some kind of a double.
So there's the guard. Over curled.
Nope, that's fine. You can leave yourself, as long as you can see the red one, you can play it. He's got to play the guard off. And think about that. If something goes wrong with the peel on the guard, if he misses it, if he nose hits it, and now you play that little slash red onto the blue, that red stone's going to be dead behind cover. So yeah, splitting the center line right now is perfectly fine for the guards. The question comes into, assuming that the peels are made, when do you make your play into the rings? And I guess the other part of that is how much weight do you want to throw? Because you could just throw the little tap again, tap it to frozen. Hope a mistake gets made, maybe you steal 2. You could hit it, try to kill the blue, and then roll over to the edge of the 8-foot. And, if you make it well enough, you could maybe force your opposition to say, we can't give up a steal at 2, so we're going to have to hit the rock in the 8-foot and give up 1. Question becomes, how many guards do you want to throw? And I think with most of the men's and women's teams, I would expect they wouldn't make a play in the rings until at least skips first. I don't think this was meant to be coming in. This is a long ways out there, though.
Not too bad.
Now the peel could go the peel can go the other way now. You hit that blue coming across the top, all it does is come back into that red. He doesn't want to take the risk, but it's hard to do much harm that way, and you could do a lot of good.
So Wes Wu with the peel.
I think you're guarding one more anyway.
So it's on the way down. Got to get it over the hog line, gentlemen. Oh, no. Rempel can't be happy about that. Well, that changes things, Escoche.
Yeah, nose hit will do this. The sliver on the broom side, you could stuff it. Doesn't even matter if you go across the top a little bit. Hard to go across the top enough to dead jam it.
So Wesley Wu. Got to hold it. They made that just fine. Great shot.
Now you're in trouble.
Yeah, you see Team Hrynew starting to see a little bit of enthusiasm there. They can feel it.
I think you've got to hit the stone at the top of the 4-foot. You're just killing the back one, but then you try to stay in front of it. Hit and roll behind's not horrible, but it's also not it's not going to be a very long run back. It's going to be, 2 feet or less to run the blue and the 12-foot back onto your red stone here.
Yeah, I don't know how you make a steal out of this now.
Well, it's tough to make a steal out of it anyway, but if you hit the blue at the top of the 4-foot right on the nose and stay in front of the other one, which is not easy, because if you flop it out one way or the other, you're going to be wide open. But if you stay in front of it, then in order for the opposition to take your stone out, they got to pick it out and roll out. Then you get to play the hit and roll in behind that stone in the 12-foot and deeper now. The hit and roll now is only going to leave you about 2 feet of separation.
This one's over curling.
On the wrong side. Well, it left him a shot for his last one because he's got a freeze now on the stone behind the 12-foot, behind the stone in the 12-foot, and it's behind the tee line.
Correct.
That's the shot he's saying. That's what they're going to play. You just need to roll to take that away.
Yeah, good observation by Reed there to make sure the skipper was aware.
You don't really need to roll this buried. You just need to roll to choke off the freeze.
Is first in the 7th. Just gonna notice it, so gotta make this freeze for all the money.
Yeah, this is to keep yourself in the game.
So,
mind you, you make a good freeze here, you got a chance to steal this end.
yeah, for Owen Jaeger, this is the definition of put on your big skip pants and make it happen. Has to be
a couple of
perfect.
A couple of big draws in 3, but he's missed a couple since then. Needs this one.
This is huge. His final of the 7th. They're on it now. The line looks really good. You're going to be past the guard. Now, is the weight right?
Tight.
Can you get past the guard? Oh, no, you can't. And your opponent is sitting 4 with a draw for a mid-full. And that's going to be all she wrote, I think.
Yeah, I would expect likely. Just because of the situation down in the house, not really a lot of pressure on this young man right here, but I bet the pulse is going.
Final stone of the 7th, and he's got 4 in his pocket, looking for 5 to clinch this victory. The boys walking in. It's there, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're so wild about Harry because Harrison Hrynew is the winner of the BC U20 Championships by a score of 11-4.
Yeah, congratulations to them. They move on to the Nationals. They struggled a little bit early, but boy, did they come on in the second half.
And obviously a great effort by Team Jaeger throughout the entire week, but ultimately it is Harrison Hrynew, Wesley Wu, Taj McKenzie, and Miles Reed taking the victory here. A big congratulations to them. And we want to thank all of you for joining us here on Curling Stadium this entire week. So we're going to send you over to the other game, but for Sean Joyce, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you so much for watching Curling Stadium.